Hello and welcome to News 9. I am Nishchita, and first up, the BJP and TDP have managed to firm up an electoral alliance after over 2 weeks of intense negotiations. A formal announcement has now been made. Meanwhile, TDP workers staged a protest outside Chandrababu Naidu's residence soon after the announcement. The parleys, which went on till late Saturday night, have been successful, with both the parties agreeing to sail along. As per the agreement, TDP will offer 13 Lok Sabha seats of the 42 in Telangana and Seemandhra and 62 assembly constituencies of the 294 in both the regions. The alliance sailed through after intense negotiations on a number of occasions, and also on the seats that could be offered to the BJP, and also managing a consensus on which constituencies to share. Yet there have been rumblings within both party cadres and leadership over the constituencies that they would eventually secure. My colleague Arun joins us with more details on this. Well, Arun, finally an alliance, they're being stitched up.
That's right, Nishchita. We will have to wait till May to figure out whether cycling is really good for health, at least for BJP's electoral health. But at this point of time, it appears after a long drawn-out process of negotiation, give and take, a nudge here, a nudge there, finally they have tied up. Remember, it also marks the entry of Chandrababu Naidu-led TDP or Telugu Desam party into the NDA fold after a very long time. So clearly now the focus as far as the BJP will be concerned is to maximize its gains as far as Seemandhra and Telangana is concerned, because remember, very clearly YSR Congress-led Jagan Reddy has gone on record to say that he will be partnering or willing to partner whichever party comes very close to that coveted or magical figure of 272. So it remains to be seen what happens, but at this point of time, as we speak, there is some amount of consternation between the TDP workers, and that's the reason why they seem to be protesting outside Chandrababu Naidu's residence in Hyderabad, in Jubilee Hills, Nishchita.
That's right. In fact, but the rumblings are within both these parties. In fact, there were leaders within the BJP and TDP, even as the process of the electoral alliance was being decided upon. Both the leaders within the parties were unhappy with the fact that many of the strongholds were being given up. Do we know how they have managed to deal with that kind of dissidence, Arun?
The exact breakup of what are the constituencies, who will get what, is not known. But remember, there is this fear, this lurking fear that some of the strongholds which TDP believes where it can win, whether it has been able to retain those strongholds or has it given it up to the BJP remains to be seen. But clearly it is, as you rightly pointed out, the issue relating to the seat share, which seems to have caused a lot of rumbling. But as we speak, electoral alliance between the BJP and the TDP sewn up as far as Telangana and Seemandhra is concerned. But there are some differences. One hopes that things will sort out. Remember, BJP will be contesting 47 assembly constituency in Telangana and 7 Lok Sabha seats. We know that Telangana will have 119 assembly constituencies and 17 Lok Sabha seats. So clearly, at this point of time, the BJP has been given a good deal. We will have to wait and watch what will be the effect, whether the Modi factor will work its magic as far as Telangana and Seemandhra is concerned, Nishchita.
Right, Arun, thank you for joining us with all those details. Well, there we have it. In fact, a few days back, there were a few BJP leaders who opposed the tie-up with the TDP in Telangana region, but after much talks, looks like another alliance between the BJP and the TDP has been finalized there. Under the arrangement, the BJP will contest 47 assembly and 7 Lok Sabha seats in Telangana, whereas 15 assembly and 5 Lok Sabha seats in the Seemandhra region. The TDP, being the major regional party, will contest 72 assembly and 10 Lok Sabha seats in Telangana and 160 assembly and 20 Lok Sabha seats in Seemandhra. The elections to 119 assembly and 17 Lok Sabha seats in Telangana are scheduled for April 30th, while 175 assembly and 25 Lok Sabha constituencies in Seemandhra will go to polls on the 7th of May. And moving on now, Ramya seems to be making news for all the wrong reasons. Mandya has become a very tough nut to crack for the Congress candidate, sitting MP and actress Ramya in the absence of Ambarish. Ramya campaigned today in Mandya, but Ambarish's faction chose to stay away. Ambarish currently heads one faction of the Congress in the district, while former Chief Minister S.M. Krishna heads the other. The Srirangapatna block president Lingaraju also stayed away from the campaign. And there we have it. In fact, Ramya's battle lacking luster, with Ambarish's faction staying away from the campaign. There was some disagreements between Ramya's faction as well as Ambarish's faction regarding Atmananda's presidentship. And now it seems like that disagreement is having a heavy bearing on Ramya and her campaign, though many leaders have tried to refute all these speculations, including Amaravati Chandrasekhar, who went on to say that there is absolutely no animosity between the two leaders. It is more than evident in the campaign that Ambarish's faction has made a conscious decision of staying away. And meanwhile, Ramya, who has been very active on Twitter in the run-up to the elections, took a dig at Narendra Modi. Last night, Ramya tweeted, and I quote, "Modi says Congress's one-point agenda is to further Rahul's career, and what about you, sir?" unquote. Ramya, who is currently contesting for the Lok Sabha elections from Mandya for Congress, seems to be hinting that even the BJP is aiming to further Modi's career with the Twitter rant. Well, this is what Ramya posted on Twitter. Modi says Congress's one-point agenda is to further Rahul's career. And what about you, sir? This comes in the backdrop of the BJP going on to state that Congress's only agenda is to further Rahul Gandhi's career and that it is not the development of the country. Moving on now, disgruntled leader Jafar Sharif today shot off a letter to AICC chief Sonia Gandhi. The leader, who was denied a ticket to contest in the Lok Sabha elections from Bangalore North constituency, made his displeasure clear in the letter. The senior Congress leader in his letter said that CM Siddaramaiah was ignoring senior leaders and instead was siding JDS import leaders like CM Ibrahim. Jafar Sharif even accused the chief minister of belittling him and projecting Ibrahim as a minority leader. The former union minister even said that the community will never accept CM Ibrahim as their minority leader, as he has made no significant contribution to the party. He also said that minority leaders were extremely hurt by the decisions taken by CM Ibrahim in the past. Breaking up the ticket distribution issue, Jafar Sharif said that he was hurt that despite his loyalty to the party, he was not giving a ticket to contest elections one last time. Meanwhile, CM Ibrahim reacted to Sharif's allegations. Let's listen in.
ಹಿರಿಯರ ಮುಖಂಡರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಪಕ್ಷ ಕೊಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಈಗಲೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇವ್ರದ್ದು ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಪಕ್ಷದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಿಗೆ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಪಕ್ಷ ಕಷ್ಟದ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು 7-8 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸ್ಥಾನಗಳನ್ನು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುಭವಿಸಿಲ್ಲ. ಮುಂದೆ ನನಗೆ ಸ್ಥಾನಮಾನ ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆಸೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಮಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ನ್ಯಾಯವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಾರವನ್ನು ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಸೋನಿಯಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ, ರಾಹುಲ್ ಗಾಂಧಿಯವರು ಏನು ಒಂದು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಕಟ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿನ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋಕ್ಕಂಥ ಉದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಪತ್ರ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಏನಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇವರು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸದ್ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಕೊಡಲಿ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಭಗವಂತನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
Well, in fact, that was CM Ibrahim going on to state that the party has been giving a lot of respect, a lot of opportunities for Jafar Sharif, keeping in mind his seniority, and it has never been an instance where he has not been given preference, trying to justify that every leader's intention within the Congress is to only support Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi as they want a fair government. CM Ibrahim also going on to state that Jafar Sharif should think better and should think from a senior's point of view.